Are oral agreements enforceable under contract law? In today's fast-paced business world, a question that often arises is whether oral agreements are enforceable under contract law. This topic is especially relevant as many people navigate informal deals in their daily transactions. Understanding the enforceability of these agreements can save you from potential legal troubles down the line. To start, every contract, whether written or spoken, must contain essential elements. These include an offer, acceptance, consideration, and an intention to create legal relations. If these components are present, an oral agreement can be just as binding as a written contract. However, there are exceptions to this rule. Certain contracts must be in writing to be valid. For example, agreements related to the sale of real estate, contracts that cannot be completed within 1 year, or promises to pay someone else's debt, typically requiring written documentation. If an oral agreement falls into one of these categories, it usually cannot be enforced in a court of law. Even when oral contracts are permitted, proving their terms can be a challenge. Without written proof, disputes often come down to one person's word against another's. This can complicate enforcement, especially in business situations where clarity is key. Recent court cases illustrate how these rules apply. In the case of Carlo versus Carbolic Smoke Ball Company, the court enforced a contract based on an advertisement. This shows that informal agreements can be binding if essential elements are met. Conversely, in Balfour versus Balfour, a promise between spouses was not enforced due to a lack of intention to create legal relations. In business law, oral agreements can work for simple transactions, but they come with risks. Written contracts are generally safer as they provide clear evidence of the parties' intentions and reduce misunderstandings. So, are oral agreements enforceable under contract law? The answer is generally yes, provided they meet the basic requirements and do not fall under exceptions that necessitate a written contract. However, in business, relying solely on oral agreements is often unwise due to the difficulties in proving their terms and the potential for disputes.